Step by step on business. That's on my mama, watch me spin on me and split, now I can't feel it. We in the trap, we sold the city on my biddy. Take these diamonds off and show you how we lit it.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Before the Horn Podcast. I am your host, Dino. As well, hosted with me, I got my boy, Day.
Yes, sir. We back. Let's get it. Episode 47.
And I got a special guest. I got my boy, Cobb. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, bro.
What's going on with y'all? First and foremost, I appreciate y'all two having me on here. My name is Kai. I'm a big shit talker. I love to talk shit about the hype train. I don't ever bleed a hype. Diehard MMA fan. Like I said, I'm really honored to be a part of this and be on y'all's podcast. And I can't wait to jump into this.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming on here, man. And you already know, you said you're a diehard MMA fan. So we got some MMA for you in here. You know what I'm saying? Today we're starting it off with UFC. We started off with MMA with my boy Kai. Starting it off, we got the 298 fallout. As y'all know, UFC 298 was Saturday. We got to talk about that. That was a big one. I know y'all covered it on the last podcast when I was in class. But we're going to cover the fallout today. Going into NBA after that, we got the All-Star weekend. So we're going to talk about the fallout, some things we've seen there. Second half of the season is after the All-Star break. We know some big playmakers come out to play, some teams that really got to shape some stuff up if they want to make the playoffs or at least make the play-in. We're going to talk about our biggest team that we feel like has to have a strong second half of that season to get into the playoffs and make a run. You already know, Day. Kick us off with the first topic.
Like I said earlier, episode 47. Again, thank you guys for tuning in for wherever the platform you guys are watching or listening to us on. Let's get right into it. UFC 298 went down this past Saturday in Anaheim, California at the Honda Center. We saw some great fights. We saw some new champions crowned. We're going to get right into it. All right, for the first fight in the middleweight division, we saw Anthony Hernandez defeat Roman Kopylov via submission in the second round.
Anthony Hernandez is supposed to be a nobody. He's supposed to be somebody that people could walk through. You know, I think his name is Flabby or something like that.
Yeah, Flabby.
Yeah, like come on, Roman. Yeah, Roman had the hype train. Very hype fighter, a very highly watched prospect. People were really anticipating. I think the betting line was on him. He was favored to win. Yeah, that was. I really don't got much to say about that one. I'm still shocked. It was kind of like, damn, Hernandez was number 15. He went in there. He showed why he's 15. You know, he held his spot. In my honest opinion, I think he beat Roman up for 3 rounds. There really wasn't much disparity. Definitely an upset on the betting line, but I'm very curious to see where Hernandez goes from here. Personally, I don't think he's going to crack into the top 10. I think he's just kind of one of those guys, not old enough to be a gatekeeper, but he's not the next Islam Makhachev or, you know, he's not an Ilya either. He's just that guy. He's just a dude in the top 15. That's my opinion on him.
So I'm going to say the first round, Kopylov had a solid first round. I think he actually probably won that round, in my opinion. It can go either way. But the second round, that's when Hernandez caught fire. He started being very active on offense. And right when Kopylov walked to that first rear naked choke, but he escaped it, I was like, oh, man, okay. He still got a chance. But then he walked into another rear naked choke, and that one was locked in too tight, and Hernandez got it. He finished him off in a second. Hey, really solid win, but like you said, I just don't really see Hernandez cracking the top 10.
I knew it was tight when he stuck his tongue out. Because I said, I was on my couch like, yeah, that was tight. Hernandez stuck his tongue out. I said, yeah, he got him. But yeah, I don't see him breaking into the top 10. I can't. Very stacked division. Very, very stacked division. So
hold on. Why is this man dying right here? Like, is something that's funny?
Nah, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Getting choked out and having your tongue hanging out. It's mad.
Oh, yeah, I should have paused that. That's my fault.
Oh, man, that too. That's why I was like, hold on. I was like, that's why
national television. This is why I tell y'all I can't be a professional fighter, bro. Nobody's ever choking me out and having my tongue out on national television, bro. I can't do it in front of my family.
Oh,
What?
man. The world was watching.
It was.
About this fight, really. Y'all said Anthony Hernandez is going. You think he go? You said he gonna be a gatekeeper, bro. You say you don't think he gonna be a gatekeeper.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, I don't think he's old enough to be a gatekeeper, but I don't see him doing anything special.
He's young. He's young. He got a chance to grow. I mean, what you see from this fight is that he could definitely do takedowns. His strikes isn't like the best. He's not gonna like really get you with a knockdown. But what we seen from this fight is that he has a chance. He still has a chance, bro. Like you can't like the guy just won. He just won, so he has a chance. I don't know who. I'm gonna ask y'all that. What do y'all think's next for him? Who y'all think he gonna be with next?
Honestly, I don't even know. I don't know about that. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta look into the rankings.
Do you give the
but
kid a good fight though? Do you give him a good fight?
I'll give him somebody within the top 10, but nothing like no top 5 fighters yet. No.
I can't even. I think top 10 might be tough to give him because he just beat an unranked guy. He beat somebody coming in, right? It's kind of like Neil Magny. Neil Magny fights.
Yeah, that's a fact. Neil Magny be beating up on all of the unranked dudes.
Oh yeah, so it's kind of like, but he's not gonna go fight for the strap.
That's my point, though.
It's hard to tell. We'd have to see what Dana and Maynard what they decide for him. I don't think we're gonna see him fight again anytime soon, but we'll see.
We'll see.
I think you got to give him a bigger fight to see what's going what he's really about. I feel like it's gonna have to happen.
In the bantamweight division, we saw a slaughter fest. Merab Dvalishvili, he defeated Henry Cejudo via unanimous decision, probably sending Cejudo into a retirement home. What's your thoughts on this fight, Kai?
Merab and Henry Cejudo, I was on the edge of my couch. My heart was beating fast. We love Triple C. I mean, look, even if you hate Triple C, you gotta love Triple C because of what he did, right? To go down to featherweight, right? I mean, to go down to flyweight,
featherweight,
right?
Flyweight.
Go down to flyweight and beat the GOAT. Really, I think he's the MMA GOAT. To go down there and beat Mighty Mouse, and then go back up to 35 and finish business at 35 with he beat Dillashaw.
BJ Dillashaw.
And then he beat Dominic Cruz. And then he shelved it. I feel like, and I think Chael Sonnen hit the nail on the head. I think Henry Cejudo retired in his prime. And I think we're really starting to see that. He sat out, and in that time frame that he was out, maybe 3-4 years, if that, the division changed drastically. Yeah, so the division's changed drastically. You got guys like Merab. Jan came out of nowhere and destroyed everybody on his way up. Sandhagen changed his game up. He stepped it up. O'Malley, came in this division and shook it upside down. And you see guys that were in the game when Triple C was at his prime, and they're making noise. Like you look at Chito Vera, how he knocked out Dominic Cruz. Anyways, I'm saying all that to say this: we didn't see the same Triple C that we're used to seeing. In my opinion, he looked very tired, especially going into round 2. He looked very tired. He didn't look as physically fit or like cut as he usually is. I think the weight cut must have did something to him. But if I say that, I feel like I'm taking away from Merab. Merab is a fucking machine. He showed us he does not get tired. For him to land that many takedowns on an Olympic medalist, right, is fucking insane. I thought, okay, hey, Sterling got 2 or 3 takedowns. Sterling, he's been working. Merab got whatever takedown he wanted. We saw a lot of good scrambles. And we saw Merab mix it up. It wasn't just, hey, I'm going to take him down, I'm going to maul him like I did with Peter Yan. He stood on the feet and he struck with him. But I can't take anything away from Henry. Whenever they got in the pocket, Henry was landing. Whenever Merab would try to go for the takedown, Henry was landing check left hooks. He was landing uppercuts. In tight, in the pocket, Henry was definitely landing. And I think he wobbled him, didn't he? I think Henry wobbled.
He did. But Merab bounced back though.
Yeah. So he definitely wobbled him. So it was like, okay, cool. Henry's not no walk in the park. Has power in his hands. He really was working the pocket. I was just really surprised to see Marab shoot for that many takedowns. The way Marab picked him up and carried him across the cage and slammed him.
That was crazy. He looked at Mark Zuckerberg while doing it. I was like, bro, come on.
I felt the disrespect.
I feel so disrespectful. I was like, that's
felt
crazy.
so disrespected. Yeah, so Marab really showed us that. I mean, I knew he was the real deal. I think we all knew, but we really want to see how he was going to do with a good wrestler, with a good wrestler that caliber. See what he can do, and he did whatever he wanted to do. So
Honestly,
I think that moving forward, that's going to be interesting to see what happens. You know, we saw O'Malley was there. So he got to be in his head. You know, obviously he has to focus on Cheeto, but he got to be thinking, damn, I better start wrestling yesterday.
yep.
If he's not wrestling in camp, if he's not working on that gas tank in camp,
That's
he's
facts.
already behind.
He cooked.
I think Marabi's coming fast.
I think Cejudo, first round, he looked very vintage. I was like, okay, this is vintage Triple C. This is Cejudo we saw from 2020 going backwards. That's the Cejudo I remember in first round.
Yeah.
But like you say, I agree. He looked very tired coming into that second round. And after that, he got completely dominated by Mayrob. Mayrob, like you mentioned, he picked him up, shot for a takedown, picked him up, smiled, stuck his tongue out, walking across the octagon, and it slammed him and just wailed out on him. And he almost submitted him in the second round with a guillotine choke. The clock ran out as he's getting guillotine choked. I was like, yo, Cejudo might be cooked right here, but the clock saved him. Shot clock helped him out. The third round, it was not looking good at all. I was like, no, this is those 3 years that Cejudo took off, just like me and Khalil said on episode 46 this past Friday, those 3 years really hurt Cejudo, and he pretty much just walked right into retirement. Mayrob dominated, and he's definitely going to get a shot at the bantamweight title, whoever wins out of Cheeto Vera and Sean O'Malley next month.
Would you give that third round a 10-8, or do you think it was a 10-9?
I'll say 10-8 Mayrob.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but I feel like maybe I was being overzealous.
Nah.
Bro, that guy Mayrob is a different breed, bro. He's a different type of beast, bro. I ain't gonna lie. From what I seen, different type of monster, bro. Like you was just saying, he literally took everything that he wanted to take. He literally took anything he wanted to take, and that it was disrespectful to watch, bro. It really was, like, bro. And you said he hit that man in the retirement, dog. Yeah. Oh my God. I don't think it's retirement though. I don't really think it's retirement. I'm gonna be honest with you. Taking 3 years off is a big one, but I don't think he's gonna retire, bro. I think he's gonna bounce back for that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
What's next for him to bounce him back?
Bro, you gotta train, bro. Like training for 3 years. I mean,
this is Henry Cejudo we're talking about, a former Olympic gold medalist, a former 2-division champion. Like yes, like I'm no. He literally said before the fight.
Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna take that back because you are right. You are right, Colin. The game is a lot different now. It's a lot different. Who he gonna have to go against now? It did make a big jump in 3 years. So
he already beat everybody else. Like he already said, if I lose this fight, I'm retiring. He already pretty much said it. So
and not for nothing in those 3 years.
He ain't lose. He got smoked.
But he was coaching
twice.
Like he coached John Jones to a championship, right?
He did.
He coached Wei Lee into a championship. So he was coaching in those 3 years, which leads me to believe he didn't completely let himself go. And he has a high fight IQ. So he's been watching the game. However, these young kids are just different. They're just very, very different. You could equivalent to basketball, right? These kids that grew up watching LeBron, and LeBron's all they know. Jordan's all they know. That becomes
that's all they replicating now.
Exactly. That becomes
all they're replicating now.
So that excellence that those individuals built up to, they come in the game with that as basics, and they build upon that.
That's facts.
Henry's one of the pioneers of the game, right? You got him, Jose Aldo, Dominic Cruz, TJ Dillashaw. For the little, I'll say that for the smaller guys, but they definitely were pioneers in the game. They were the blueprint for these newer guys that come in the game, right? O'Malley talks about watching Cejudo fight growing up. You know what I mean? Watching Dominic Cruz fight growing up. Those are the blueprints. And you look at O'Malley's footwork, it's the same thing because you got Dominic Cruz's footwork and Cejudo's footwork. So those 3 years, it's not like he was out of shape, but these guys have been watching him fight they've been watching him fight for years. They were kids.
I just wonder how he trained for 3 years. Like, what did you do for 3 years that you couldn't keep up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he came back in 2023 and lost to Aljo Sterling, and then he followed up this year by getting smoked in the second month of the year. So I don't again.
And then you got to give it to him.
He's done.
Well, you got to give it to him too. He didn't get finished, and he fought number 1 and number 3 off the couch, which is impressive.
It's very impressive. It's very impressive, but his
Honestly,
showing for it wasn't that great.
That, but he did making it all the way. Going all the way is honestly a real underrated thing. It really is. To be able to sit there and fight for that long, especially when you get beat on the way he did, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. After I would have got slammed that many times, bro, I don't want to get beat on that much, dog. Body hurting, sitting in that corner, body hurting, bro.
I say give him Rob Font next.
That would be a good fight, but if he not, it depends on if he's retiring.
If he don't retire, because he needs to build that confidence up.
Most definitely.
I think Rob Font's the starting point and go from there. Because he's not. I think he's like number 6 or 7, maybe.
Probably now.
Figueiredo beat him. So, Davison could be a good fight for Cejudo.
That could.
Davison could be the fight that Cejudo needs. Smaller guy. They're on the same height. Davison don't wrestle, so
you just straight stand up.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next fight in the welterweight division. We saw Ian Machado Gary continue to reign his undefeated streak. He's 14-0. He defeated Jeff Neal via split decision.
I want Jeff Neal to get his shit together. I thought personally Jeff Neal was going to get the job done.
He could have.
I think that he has stone hands. I think he's very unpredictable. His kicks, his head kicks, he doesn't really telegraph them. However, I don't like how close together his stance is when he disengages. But I think Jeff Neal, he put it on Shavkat. Shavkat never been touched up that much. And I felt like he was trying to put it on to Gary, obviously, but he couldn't keep Gary on the cage. And the reason why he couldn't keep Gary on the cage is because he wasn't cutting Gary off. Gary's lateral movement was really, really good. And Neal wasn't listening to his corner when they kept telling him, cut the cage off. He did clip him a couple of times up against the cage. I think he woke Gary up. But I didn't like, and I think when he looks back and he rewatches the tape, he's gonna feel the same way.
He's gonna be disappointed, honestly.
Because when he would get him on the cage and touch him, he would get in a clinch.
Yep.
Why are we clinching? Like, you clipped him. Like, you woke him up. Continue. I would have rather have seen him dig to the body more on the cage and then go up top and switch it up to open up the top. But instead, he played Gary's game and got put in the clinch. And then when you got in the clinch, he didn't do anything with it. That's not the Jeff Neal that I saw destroy Vicente Luque. It wasn't. So, and there's some controversy behind that, right? Because apparently Vicente Luque knocked out Ian Gary in the gym before. And so they were supposed to fight.
I heard about that too.
Ian pulled out of the fight because his kid was sick or whatever. So then I'm gonna go beat the guy who knocked me out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that wasn't the same Jeff Neal that we saw fight Vicente Luque. Not taking nothing away from Gary. That boy's quick. He's so quick. He's so long. Pause. That boy is that like his jabs, his 1-2. He really was working the 1-2. His body kicks. His body kicks were definitely paying dividends. And
his body kicks was going crazy.
And I mean, he was smart. You get touched up against the cage, get in the clinch. He had good head positioning to be able to rotate off the clinch. The fight could have went either way, in my opinion. Obviously, I feel like they're going to give it to the undefeated fighter because there's money in that. I don't know if we're trying to work up to Ian Gary versus Shavkat or Ian Gary versus Leon Edwards eventually, but I wasn't too impressed with his performance. Okay. Based on the hype. I really wasn't that impressed.
In that fight, I'll say Ian Gary looked like the fresher fighter. I feel like Jeff Neal wasn't playing. I feel like he wasn't fighting how he's supposed to fight, like you mentioned. Ian Gary was very effective with his movement. He used the clinch a lot, and those leg kicks and knees were very, very effective. It went to a split decision, rightfully so, and I agree with that decision. in Gary's favor because I feel like we all said, like you said already, Jeff Neal wasn't fighting how he's supposed to fight, and that's not the Jeff Neal I remember knocking out Vicente Luque either. And I'm like, bro, this is not Jeff Neal. And Ian Gary, his game plan wasn't working, but then Jeff Neal started giving into it, and that's when that's when Ian Gary pretty much was like, all right, know what? I definitely got this one in the bag. And the crowd didn't like it. They thought the fight was boring, but I thought Ian Gary was just being very effective and fighting to how he fights. And he was just, that's just what we know from Ian Gary. So I mean, hey, he's undefeated. So congrats for the win for him.
The knees were beautiful.
They were
definitely on the head. The knees in close, but timed right, and yeah, they were definitely beautiful. Them boys in Brazil really stepped his game up.
Oh, yeah,
added
definitely
to his arsenal for sure.
But really, first of all, y'all already know I've been on Ian Gary. I fuck with Ian Gary. I think that he has a chance to move up, and he has a really good chance, especially after this win. Now, first of all, the thing about it is Ian Gary just looked like he was the one that came out to fight. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just keeping it a bean. He was the one. He was throwing all the shots, the head kicks, the knees, like he was bringing. Bro, he was ready to fight. He came out there ready to fight. And I don't understand how you said this was a split. I'm gonna be honest with you.
that was a great decision. Jeff Neal has some moments in that fight. It's like, okay, that fight, I feel like it was 1-1, and it got down.
I really don't think so. I'm gonna keep it a
So
bean.
you thought it was unanimous?
Yeah, I thought in my eyes, I thought from what I seen, I thought it was a unit. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Jeff Neal didn't look like he even wanted to fight. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. He really didn't. He really did not look like. I don't know if he got caught in the hype of what Ian Gary bought. Y'all already know he was favored to win this fight off rip. So
He was.
I don't know if he got caught in the hype or he thought about it too much with thinking, and your mind's gonna get to you regardless. So I don't know if he thought about it too much or what it was, if he knew about Ian Gary's hands or what. Well, I don't know what it was, bro, but he looked scared. If you ask me, bro, it looked like he was scared.
I think maybe he was frustrated. I don't know if it was fear. I think it could have been frustration because Ian Gary has such good lateral movement. But at the same time, if you're looking at it from a judge's perspective, the reaction out of Ian Gary's face when Jeff connected, far different than when Gary connected, right? And you're talking about the human dimension of it. Hey, if I hit you with a right hand and your eyes go wide, oh, okay.
That means I got you.
Yeah. Vice.
I understand. I understand. When you look at it from that aspect of like, maybe him looking dazed or how bad it hurt or, if them hits was there. But I'm sorry, I just from connection wise, I just didn't see. I don't see how it was a split. It was still went his way as a win, like you said, rightfully so. But I just don't see it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Maybe if he would have came out there and gave a better fight, you said it yourself. The fans didn't like it. You heard it. The fans didn't like it, dog. Like, bro, I don't know what else to say, bro. Like I think Ian Gary just got the dub. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I don't think it was really too much of a split.
What's next for Ian Gary, though? I want y'all to answer that. What's next? Who y'all think Dana gonna put against him next?
Let me look at the division stat. I think what's next for Ian Gary, because he is sitting at he just beat Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal was number 8. So that means Gary's gonna be 8. Give him Sean Brady. Give Ian Gary Sean Brady.
I like that.
Brady's coming off a loss from Bilal Muhammad. I don't think he's fought because he pulled out of his last fight because of injury. I think Sean Brady's a good matchup. I think Brady's durable. I think there's still hype behind Brady, and I think Brady could touch him on the hand. I think he'll be competitive. That's a step up in competition. He's not too big, but he's not too small. The only problem I see Brady struggling with is speed, but I would give him Sean Brady.
Yeah, I like that as well. I'm gonna agree with you. That would definitely be a great matchup. So I might go and elaborate because you pretty much took the words what I was gonna say.
Honestly, I think that's a good one too. I think Sean Brady would be a good one too. I know Kobe Covington just fought in December.
Yeah, Ian Gary did call out Kobe Covington. He did call Kobe Covington out. He did call him out.
I'm asking, do y'all think out Kobe at the end? I know he did. He did call him out. I'm saying, do y'all think he's ready for that? Because I'm gonna be honest, talk is talk. People gonna talk anyway.
If we talking how I think it's good. I think it's fine. I mean, y'all know I don't like Colby Covington. I despise him. So if Ian Gary could put him to sleep,
I
that would
got
be
Ian
great.
too. I got Ian in that too. If he
I
booked
hate
that, I
Colby
got
Covington.
Ian in that. I'm telling you that right now. I'm
He's a
betting.
great wrestler, but I just don't like him. Like his personality, I don't like Colby Covington. No.
Edwards exposed them for sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
So,
Oh yeah, he did. He
if
did.
you got outstruck by Usman and Usman broke your jaw,
Exactly.
Yeah,
like, and
that's another
Usman's
one.
hands has not been nothing nice. And he fell in love with his hands after he knocked out Masvidal. But
Yep. I mean, he put it on Tyron Woodley as well, but
yeah, but that Masvidal knockout hit a little different.
it did. It did. Into the co-main event in the middleweight division, we saw Bobby Knuckles, Robert Whittaker. He defeated Paulo Costa via unanimous decision.
Regina, oh man, let's talk about that spinning heel, that spinning wheel kick. Yo, if he had 40 more seconds, he was gonna put him out. He had Whittaker doing a stinky leg.
Nah, that's a fact.
I was up in my seat like, oh shit. But I will say this: I'm really, really glad that Whittaker survived that. I wasn't too sure how Whittaker was gonna fare with Costa because he's been in a lot of wars. You know, you got Izzy wobbled him. I think DDP's win over him was a fluke, in my opinion.
That's not.
I think if they fight 10 times, I think Whittaker wins that fight 9 times out of 10. If they do it again.
Well, 1 time out of 10.
All you need is one. Yeah, all you need is one. But anyways,
and now he's the champ.
First round, that wheel kick definitely worried me. But Whittaker bounced back, man. Showed how good of shape he was in. Second round is almost like it didn't happen. Was really working the jab, was getting the jab off. I think he was getting the 1-2 off. I think he was throwing more combinations. Costa's problem was I feel like he was just throwing single shots. He wasn't really switching it up. However, could we talk about how fast those fucking kicks were?
Very fast. They were fast.
How does a man that size
kick like that
fast? It was insane. I've never seen someone kick that fast. So kudos to Whittaker for being able to weather that. But overall, man, I think it was a good fight. Whittaker definitely wore more damage than Costa. I think Costa definitely showed us because he hasn't fought in a while. It's been a very long time.
He hasn't. 2022.
But he showed us, he still got it. I didn't see any ring rust, in my opinion. He fought Rockhold before this. That was a pretty good fight too. But definitely a good fight. I'm really excited to see where both of them go next. I think Costa. I don't know where you put Costa next. Whittaker, I don't think he's contending for the strap.
Nah.
Anytime soon.
But Whittaker against Sean Strickland. That's where I would say.
Ooh, against Sean Strickland?
Yes.
I'd hold. Whittaker's number 3.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Put him against Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
Put him against Sean Strickland.
Yeah. Whittaker and Strickland is
I'm
here for it.
Because we don't want to see Whittaker fight Izzy again. I don't.
Personally. I don't know. No, Izzy already beat him twice. I'm done with that.
Right? Paulo Costa was number 5.
Izzy not fighting 6 for a minute, so I ain't even worried about Izzy.
Nah, Izzy probably fighting this year.
You think he's gonna fight this year? Maybe end of the year.
Back this year.
I think Izzy's fighting DDP when he comes back.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he is.
I think Strickland won that fight. However, it's more money to have Izzy fight DDP than it is.
Why would he not fight him? He gave up the belt to just, step away from a minute. Yeah, you got to go get that back. There was nothing that said that he didn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I guess the devil's advocate of that is you fought, you lost the strap. You got an immediate rematch. You won the strap, and then you lost the strap again.
Yep.
Any other division, they say, "Hey, go fight 2 more guys," like they do Max Holloway.
And then come back. Because he's Izzy, because he's Izzy, he got it over. And that's what it is.
Go fight 2 guys. Oh, by the way, you've already beat everybody else. So go fight 2 guys you've already beaten before. Fight them for the 3rd or 4th time, and then come back and contend again. That's the problem with Izzy. He hasn't fought DDP yet, so it's easier to have him come back and fight DDP. 1, because of the bad blood. 2, because it's going to sell because they haven't fought yet. We don't know how it's going to go.
For Whittaker versus Costa, I feel like this is the best fight of the night, in my opinion. Because definitely could have went either way. But that first round, like you said, it worried me too for Whitaker. I'm like, dang, Whitaker about to get got by a guy who hasn't fought in almost 2 years. But hey, rounds 2 and 3, he kicked it up, and I was happy to see that. For Paulo Costa, he still got it. He can make noise if he just be consistent. He's not a consistent fighter. He fights like once a year. If he can fight twice a year or 3 times a year, probably, if he can do that, he could be pretty solid. Like, I mean, we see him fight for the title before. We see him fight top contenders, but he's not consistent with it. I feel like he don't take fighting as serious as he should. Like, the guy is jacked. He could move. He could kick. Like, bro, those kicks were crazy. I feel like he can be better, but he's got to be consistent. But, hey, all in all, good bounce back win by Bobby Knuckles. I'm happy to see him get the dub. I really think he should fight Sean Strickland next. I'm dying on that. I'm dying on that wish.
You think he wins that?
Against Sean Strickland? That can go either way. I'm sorry. That can go either way. I can't pick a winner right now.
Ooh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I agree with you though with the fight of the night. In my opinion, this was the most entertaining fight of the night for sure. 2 heavy hitters, bro. Costa looked like he was just like playing with him, and you was getting hit, dog. It don't matter, bro. Those are still points. Like, you're getting hit, bro. Don't stick your tongue out with all this extra stuff, bro. But it was a great fight. In general, it was a great fight. Now, like you said, bro, round one, you could think that Costas was gonna take this. Like, this was gonna be even more of a fight going his way just because of how strong he came out in round 1. But they was still just trading shots from there and there. From there on, they was trading shots. And I just like how Robert Whitaker, he was more on like, he looked like he was more strategic than anything. Like, he was waiting his turn. He was taking what he gave him, all that. And Costas was trying to play around with it, bro. Like, you're gonna lose that way. I'm gonna be honest with you. It don't matter if he knock you out. You're gonna lose that way, bro. Like, you gotta get in there and fight. It don't matter. You gotta get in there and fight. So, good win by Robert Whitaker. Like, but Sean Strickland, I'd book that.
You got to, man. You got to.
Calf kick. I think the calf kick is what made the difference. You said strategic and hit the nail on the head. Paulo Costa was definitely feeling those calf kicks.
Yeah, facts. That's a fact too.
You talk about Strickland. He checks kicks very, very.
He checks kick very well. He checked the hell out of Izzy's kicks.
Yeah, he did.
He was very on defense with Izzy's kicks. So
yeah, that'll be interesting. Book it. Why not? Where else do you go from there?
All right, let's get into the main event. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new featherweight champion. His name is Ilya Topuria, as he defeated Alexander Volkanovski via second round knockout.
I called that. I called that.
You did call it. I ain't gonna lie. Kai called it. He was like, bro, Topuria is a different breed. I think he gonna put Alex out. And I was like, nah, no, he not. No, he not. Next thing you know, I'm like,
and I love Volk. I love
Volk.
But we covered it, man. These kids there's so much tape on Volk. So much tape. He's been on top for so long. So
that's a fact.
I think Volk took the fight too soon, in my opinion, from being knocked out. I think that Ilya is just hungry. And if you look at Ilya's upcoming, he fought Jai Herbert, got dropped with that head kick, and we thought he was about to lose. Came back, same combo he knocked Volk out with, he slept Jai Herbert with, on the cage. Body, head, slept him. Then we saw him fight, he fought Bryce Mitchell. And Bryce Mitchell is known for wrestling. He out-wrestled the wrestler. I think he submitted him, right?
You did.
Then he's like, all right, cool. Can he hang with the big dogs? We gave him Josh Emmett, one of the hardest hitters in the division, which we saw against Bryce Mitchell.
He dog walked him.
Put him in a seizure, right? He beat his ass for 5 rounds. For 5 whole rounds. Just did whatever he wanted to him. So we've seen him progress. We've seen him make the adjustments. We've seen what his team is capable of in camp, right? But everyone gave him shit. I kind of gave him shit too.
I did too, because he was trolling.
He shot a promo.
He was trolling too much
for the fight. But at the same time, right? Who gonna co-sign you more than you?
You.
Right? So I do respect it.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Getting into the fight, first round, I could tell that there was just a lot of nerves, but more from Volk, in my opinion. I think Volk knew what he was capable of.
He looked timid.
He did look very timid, right? And Volk,
like
I'm happy to see Volk throwing those calf kicks again, because that's how he put Max out, right? That's how he beat Max the first time. Working the kicks but the kicks weren't flowing right. I think every time he kicked, either if he missed, he got checked. His base was just jacked up. Volk had to keep disengaging, re-engaging. He was just trying to keep him at bay, right, with the teep kicks and the leg kicks and the body kicks and trying to work the jab. I just think the first round, Ilya was just making reads. He wasn't firing too much, but he was just making reads. He was trying to see how far he could push Volk to the cage because he knew that was where he was gonna win. And Volk's team knew that's where he was gonna win if he was going to win, right? And so I mean, Volk was touching him up in the first with the jab, working the jab. I think Ilya had really good head movement. I think Volk was trying to assert himself in the first round to kind of keep Ilya at bay. Like, okay, hey, motherfucker, like I'm in charge, I'm the champ. But I don't know, man. Volk's lateral movement just wasn't there. It really just wasn't there. I feel like Volk was taking pictures. He was really just kind of taking pictures. You could tell that he was scared. Once Ilya got him on the cage, Ilya did a really good job of cutting him off. There was really, if you really go back and you watch it, there was really nowhere for Volk to go. Only solution may have been like to shoot, and I think Ilya stopped one of his takedowns in the first anyway. So, I don't know. It's one of those things, man. When you've been on top for so long, there's so much footage on you. Everybody wants your number, and I think
happens to everybody.
Yeah, and I think Ilya was just that guy. He's very hungry. His skill set is just he's well rounded. He's not a one-dimensional fighter at all. I'm a diehard Max fan. So matter of fact, yeah, I'm a real diehard Max fan. I got Max right here. But
hey, the Blessed Express.
Yeah, I think Ilya opens up the door to new blood in the division.
That's facts.
I was
gonna get into that.
Yeah. I don't think anyone in the division beats Ilya right now, to be honest. And I love Max. I don't think that Ilya knocks Max out. However, I do think that Max is more lanky. He works the range a lot better, and he's a more volume fighter. Volk was throwing single strikes. I think Max is gonna piece up combinations, and you got to think Max has probably been watching Ilya. He has to have been watching because he knows that he has to fight at least one more person to get to the strap, or if Ilya won, he was gonna fight for that strap again.
This fight was definitely unexpected. I'm not gonna lie. I had Volk not cakewalking, but I knew it was gonna go down. I thought it was gonna go down to decision. It didn't even make it past the third round. It was ended in the second round by Topuria, and I'm like, when Volk got knocked out, I'm like, dog. And he still was on the ground for like a couple more minutes after he got knocked out. I was like, bruh. I personally think, and I said this after Volk got knocked out by Islam Makhachev a couple months back, Volk has to take a break. He needs to take a mental break and a break from this sport. This sport it's a really unforgiving sport. Dennis said this multiple times before. This is an unforgiving sport, and it's very, very grueling. And a man like that at 35 years old, who's been at the top for so long, like you said, Kai, these newcomers are going to knock him off. Topuria, 15-0 with 14 finishes at 27 years old. I knew this guy was a problem. I knew he was a freaking problem. He's very confident. That's why he had all those promos. He took Volk belt at the press conference. He put in his Instagram bio.
He tried to snatch his belt.
Yeah, he snatched his belt.
He didn't know in the bio months ago.
Like he tried to snatch it early type. Like that's
he put in his Instagram bio, new UFC champion. Like, dude,
this was what, 2 or 3 months ago when the fight was announced. Topuria said 15-0 UFC featherweight champ.
I was like, this man is bonkers.
He was in his bag.
He was in his bag, but he completely backed it up. Hey, he got my respect. I mean, he been had me on notice, but now it's like, who's next for this guy? I'm saying you can't. And whoever next for this guy is either gonna be Volk for a rematch, book Volk versus Topuria Part 2, or like you said, it's gonna be Topuria versus Max Holloway. And I'm leaning towards Max Holloway because simple off the fact, I think Volkanovski needs to take a break from MMA for now.
But
I agree with that.
It's kind of tough because remember Volk, that pressure he opened up about mental health and that when he's not in camp, he feels like he lacks a purpose, and I think that's something that all of us as men kind of struggle with. Not going to segue into that, but I don't know if that break's going to do more harm than good.
Or good
for Volk. However, you see Topuria and O'Malley have had beef for about 2 years now. They were getting into it.
I would not do that if I was
said,
O'Malley. I would
but-
not do that if I was O'Malley.
But remember what O'Malley said in the interview? I forgot what podcast it was recently. He said if Taporia beats Volk, that he'll go up and he'll fight Taporia.
He's high.
Yeah, he's tripping. Like you said, it was a heartbreaker, man. I really do like Volk. I really do like Volk, man. I liked him as a fighter since I first started watching UFC. But said it a million times, it's an unforgiving sport, bro. He's old, dog.
Yeah.
Like he's getting up there, bro. For you to be putting your body through this multiple times, you keep trying to fight. You keep trying to go back to back to back. Like this is like his fourth fight in like the last 10. If that,
he's fought a lot. He's fought a
lot.
Islam. Who
Islam
else?
again.
Yair Rodriguez.
Yair, Korean Zombie.
Matt, Ortega. He's fought a lot. Like he's fought a lot. That's what I'm saying. He needs to take a break.
3 times. Yeah.
He needs to take a break.
Bro, like this is nuts for him, bro. Like, yeah, take a break, but like you said, the mental health thing, that's another big thing. It's a lot with this, but just getting what I got from this fight, Taporo's a problem, dog. He is a problem. The way he was in his bag before the fight, talking his talk, snatching the freaking belt. You know what I mean? The Instagram stuff. Like, look, I'm sorry, I don't condone this stuff in any other sport, but UFC, yes. This is what I like out of UFC, bro. This is what I like out of UFC. I'm sorry, I don't condone the shit talking with. I mean, I condone the shit talking on the field, but all of the talk on Twitter and all that with football, other stuff, I don't care for that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't care for that. You take care of what you gotta take care of on the field. But in UFC, a sport where you using knees. Yeah, bro. Took that talk, bro, and back it up. And that's exactly what he did. He came in and he backed it up. He touched on Volk looking like he was riddled. Yeah. But then again, I'm gonna be honest. I think Volk acted like he wasn't an issue. I'm gonna be honest.
Like
Volk came in there like he was cocky. Like Volk, like, yeah, I've been here before. Like I did this. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to do all that talking and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he got shown what the old heads on the block get shown after a while. You know what I'm saying? Like regularly.
The old man Volk thing didn't age well. Dressing up in the old man, that didn't really age well.
It didn't, bro. It didn't. Right. But like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say it to y'all. I'm gonna say this straight. I think Volk should just throw the gloves in the middle, dog. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is. I don't know who we gonna give to you now, bro. You done fought every goddamn body.
I don't want to switch up on him because 6 months ago we was calling him the featherweight GOAT.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Not yet.
6 months ago we were saying that Volk can beat Islam, which I still think he can. Right? Taking that fight on 10 days' notice? No.
That was crazy.
Got a full camp, took him into the deep end.
He did.
That's a fact.
I think Volk won that fight personally, like in my opinion, right? Yeah, man. It's really interesting to see where this division is gonna go. New blood definitely makes you want to tune in more and watch this kid. Gentlemen, I just want to say thank you for having me on here. I could talk about this for hours, and it's really exciting. It's really good to sit down and talk to people who look at these things from that analytical approach. Definitely some good takes, some good conversations. I look forward to seeing where these fighters go from here, where these divisions go from here.
Most definitely, bro. We definitely look forward to having you on. We appreciate you having you on as a guest for sure, man. Thank you for your insight, your input, and overall details. Love how you're passionate about this sport.
Appreciate you for coming on.
Appreciate y'all.
That's a fact.
All right, man. I'll see you, dog.
All righty.
See you, big dog.
All right, moving on to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. NBA All-Star Weekend went down this past weekend in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm not gonna lie, it really wasn't the hottest. Hey, we're gonna have a conversation, Dino, me and you. My first thing is, let's just talk about All-Star Weekend in general, and then I got a follow-up question for this topic as well. Let's start off with the Celebrity All-Star Game. That was quite entertaining. Again,
it was.
It was very entertaining. Shout out to Kai Cenat. I mean, he didn't do too much.
Yo, bro, I'm really a Kai Cenat fan, bro. I swear to God. Like,
nah, he's up there, man. God bless him. But Micah Parsons was your All-Star Game MVP with 37 points. I mean, I forgot how many rebounds
16
he had.
rebounds.
He had almost 20 rebounds. Yeah, he was killing it. A lot of other celebrities showed up. They had a great game as well. That was entertaining to watch. Like, what you think about it?
Puka Nakua,
Oh yeah, Puka had a couple dunks and stuff out there.
CJ Stroud,
CJ
players I've been talking about all year.
What about the G League competition?
That was one of my favorites, really, because the G League won. Okay. So the thing about it to me is I love hidden talent because I always felt like I'm a hidden talent myself. I'm gonna have some big news coming for y'all, later down the road. But I feel like I'm a hidden talent myself. So I'm always the one that loves the hidden talent. We talked about it before with the NFL when I talked about the undrafted rookies. I love that type of stuff. So to see the G League go out there and beat the NBAers, bro, that warmed my heart. That warmed my heart. Give these guys a shot, bro. They got talent.
They deserve it.
Give them a shot, bro. There's some talented people out here that's getting overlooked because of little things like you an inch off, or they don't think you're fast enough or explosive enough and all that. And you could ball, bro. So that's the thing I liked about that one. I'm gonna be honest, but it was some performances that did great. And I'm gonna be honest, if you watch the NBA, bro, the NBA team didn't really look too good either. So
they didn't. I wasn't really a big fan of them.
They really didn't look too good.
What do you think about the slam dunk contest?
Oh my God.
I was not happy about this whatsoever.
Do I gotta say Jaylen Brown without saying Jaylen Brown?
You know what's crazy? I said Jaylen Brown in episode 46. I said he's gonna win the slam dunk contest. The fact that those judges were about to literally hand him that dunk contest on a silver platter to gift him that win, those judges need to be rethinked and not ever be allowed to judge an All-Star game ever the hell again. Because I'm a Celtics fan. I'm a diehard Celtics fan. But Jaylen Brown was on mad BS that dunk contest, and he did not impress no one at all to even make it that far in the contest.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Jaylen Brown did not look good at all. Like, come on, bro. I don't.
I'm just so happy that Mac McClung won because Jaylen Brown did not deserve to win that. Not a chance.
Yeah, not at all. But I'm not gonna lie, this was a corny dunk contest compared to the years before.
Like, you dunking over Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat's like 5'2". What? What do you get high points from that for? But hey, Mac McClung pretty much put the nail in the coffin by dunking over Shaquille O'Neal. But I agree with you, Dino. This dunk contest was type whack, bro.
Not as years before.
All right, let's talk about the 3-point contest. Dame Dollar for the third year straight won the 3-point contest. What you think about this one, bro?
I think it was rightfully so. I'm gonna be honest, man. Dame is automatic. We know how he get down. So I mean, I feel like that was an accolade that he really wanted, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these all-star stuff, and we're gonna touch on this, but a lot of this all-star stuff is a lot of baloney to these players. And I think Damian Lillard actually takes the 3-point contest serious. I feel like the 3-point contest is one for all of them to take serious. Some names we've seen in there, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'd like to see who I've seen in there. Tyrese Halliburton. I didn't think I was gonna see him in a 3-point contest. Like
Karl Anthony Towns.
Some of them. Yeah. Nah, Karl Anthony Towns, I can see that because he, as far as him thinking he got a legacy because of his, shoot the most threes, made most threes as a center. Cool, whatever. If that's what you think, bro, the game is that way now. So you just did it before everybody else. Somebody's gonna beat you. I'll tell you that. But a lot of names you expected to see on there, like Trae Young. You expect to see the Trae Youngs, even the Laurie. I expect to see Laurie. Laurie shoots. Laurie shoots.
You got a mid on him.
Malik Beasley, though.
He nice. Don't do that. He's nice.
He's nice, but I didn't think to see him in a 3-point contest.
Yeah,
but I like to see it, bro. I like to see it, and Dame took the dub as he should.
I mean, I picked Trae Young to win it. I picked Dame to come in second, but it was a complete opposite. Again, I had a top 2 right at least. But it was a solid contest. Like you said, I feel like Dame definitely been wanting this because he wants people to know in NBA history that he's one of the best shooters of all time, which he is. But he doesn't get a lot of respect as a deep threat shooter, but as a shooter in general. But hey, kudos to Dame for winning that. Let's move into the next 3-point contest as Steph Curry defeated Sabrina Ionescu in their competition. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not surprised. Steph won. Sabrina dropped 26 as her final score. She tied how much Damian Lillard had to win a 3-point contest. And she did it all from an NBA 3-point line. Like I said, that was going to happen on Friday. That was really remarkable to see. I said this on Friday as well. She's one of the best female shooters I've seen of all time. And she kept up with Steph Curry. She did a really good job of keeping up with Steph Curry. So, hey, kudos to Sabrina. She's definitely going to keep making a name for herself in the WNBA from New York Liberty. Y'all better keep her.
For sure. I mean, I'm not going to lie, bro. To have a female in that, and to make that many shots from an NBA line,
Bag in
bro,
the
I
bag.
really want to give her some real kudos for that, bro. That's that's some historic stuff too. If you know, Steph Curry's the best shooter of all time, best point guard of all time, argue with your mama. But to really stick in there and have pretty much a shootout with that guy, I'm telling my grandkids about that.
All right, last but not least, let's get into the All-Star game as the East defeated the West big time. Honestly, let's just forget about recapping the All-Star game. Let's just get right to the question I got for this topic. How can the NBA fix the All-Star game? Because the last handful of years, it has been god-awful. Players are coming out and saying it's a travesty. Stephen A. Smith is coming out saying it's a travesty. No one's happy about All-Star weekend no more. So how can the NBA fix this? Give me your opinion on that.
I feel like you got to bring something that's worth playing for at this point. I say the same thing with the NFL Pro Bowl, because NFL Pro Bowl used to actually be something to watch years ago. You know what I'm saying? But you can't talk about that one. The NBA All-Star game, look, that used to be something to watch too. To be honest with you, it used to be a lot more entertaining. I don't know what it is. If it's the injuries, if it's the length of the season, I don't know what they're gonna have to do. Maybe take a survey and see what these guys actually want to do. If they actually want to play in this All-Star game,
I
or
agree with
what.
that.
At this point, just give them the accolade of having an All-Star season and call it a day, because y'all just wasting y'all time. I'm gonna be honest, y'all just wasting y'all time. And for some players, it really doesn't matter. You think LeBron cares about an All-Star selection?
No, they don't care
You
about
think
that.
Kevin Durant cares about an All-Star selection?
That's just adding to their accolades.
Yeah, they don't care about that type of stuff. Even I'm gonna refer back to freaking football. Even Ray Lewis, after he went to the Pro Bowl for 15 times, he said, "I don't want to come here no more. I don't. I want Super Bowls only. That's it." It's the truth, bro. Nobody care. After a while, you don't care about that type of stuff no more. I feel like the Rising Stars Challenge should stay. I feel like maybe there should be something else where you implement the best players. Let's start there. Truthfully, I started somewhere else, but let's really start there. Implement the best players, because that's been an issue for the last couple of years. Y'all snubbing a lot of players that should have made it.
Back.
So y'all taking players with names over players with production. I don't like that. That's how it's been in both sports, and I mentioned football too. In both sports, bro, it's always been like that.
Not gonna lie, I didn't even watch the game. I just watched the highlights. I'm just gonna put that out there because I knew this was gonna be mad BS. And I was on social media after the game ended. I mean, hey, first of all, kudos to Damian Lillard for not only winning the 3-point contest, but he won the All-Star Game MVP. But this game was just bad. It was just, I watched the highlights. I'm like, bro, I stopped watching highlights after the second quarter. I was like, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. In my opinion, how the NBA could fix this, do world NBA players versus USA NBA players. Only players in the NBA, not no G League or people from other countries. Only players that are currently in the NBA do world versus USA. That will breed great matchups, because the NBA is not only domestic, it is foreign as well. It has so much talent from all over the world. So I feel like that's the only thing right to do. Do world versus USA. Do not do this East versus West, or do not do this team LeBron versus team Giannis, or team LeBron versus team Curry, or whatever is going forward. Don't do that no more, because this is very boring. These players, they don't want to do this. This is just a break. And honestly, bro, if y'all don't want to do team USA versus team world, just give the players a week-long break and just don't do nothing at all, except for the 3-point contest, the dunk contest, and the skill challenge, and the G League stuff. I really like how they integrated the G League stuff and the HBCU stuff. That's really cool. And a little competition between Steph and Sabrina. Hey, what about Kelsey Plum, or what about Sabrina and Caitlin Clark versus Steph and Clay, or Steph and Dave? That would be great. That's stuff worth seeing, because I feel like those are the best things that watch this weekend. But definitely for the All-Star game, everybody's tired of it. Just like Dino said, it's just like the Pro Bowl. It is awful to watch the last handful of years. It's not enjoyable, but in my opinion, the way I can fix it is do Team USA versus Team World. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for that topic. NBA All-Star Weekend 2024 went down in Indy. We gave our thoughts and opinions about it. We want to hear your thoughts and opinions about it. What do you got to think of the Rising Star Challenge? We got to think of the HBCU contest. What do y'all think about Steph versus Sabrina? What do y'all think about the 3-point contest, Dame winning it? Who y'all think would have or could have or should have won? What y'all think about the awful dunk contest that Mac McClung retained his championship over? And last but not least, what y'all think about the All-Star game? If you think it was bad, what do you guys think the NBA could do to fix the All-Star game to get people to love it like they used to? All right, moving into our next topic, sticking with the NBA. The second half of the season is now about to start. All-Star weekend is over. We're about to move forward with the second half of the season. Playoffs start in 2 months. So, hey, Dino, I want to hear a team that you think needs to have a strong second half to make a push or make a run in the NBA playoffs.
I got one for each. I got one for each conference. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna start with I'm actually start with the West. I'm gonna start with the West because I feel like the West has a lot more variety in it. It's not as top heavy.
They do.
So I'm gonna say the Los Angeles Lakers. If they want to have an actual run, they're gonna have to have a better second half this season. We know as it's standing right now, it looks like they're probably gonna try to make some type of play in. So for them to actually make a good run in the playoffs, y'all gotta try to make it past that play in. It's gonna be tough, but it's gotta happen. I'm gonna be honest, it's gotta happen. Now for the East, I'm gonna be honest. This might be a little bit of a head buster, but the way I see it, it's gotta happen too. And that's the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, as of right now, when you look at the 76ers, they're 5th in the conference, right under the Knicks. But if you look at the last 10 games they played, does not play good basketball, and that's for reasons because they don't have their star playmaker right now. And their star playmaker is probably going to be out for – is he even going to finish? Is he even going to come back for the end of the season?
Hey, Joel Embiid might just come back for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not going to come back late season. They're not going to let him play. He's not even going to want to play. Yeah. So for them, here's the thing. For them to keep a top seed and not have some issues in it, if they make a play, if they have to do a play in, he's gonna have to play. He's gonna have to play.
I have to.
So they're gonna have to they're gonna have to change something around and get to some wins. Like, come on, bro, y'all got smacked by the Warriors. They got smacked by the Mavs. They got smacked by the Nets. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, I'm not naming bad teams, but I'm not naming actual play. Like the Nets, come on, bro. That's not a playoff team. The Warriors is barely a playoff team this year. I mean, the Mavs, the Mavs are playing pretty good basketball, so I can't really say too much about them. But, like, y'all getting into close games with the Spurs. I mean, getting into close games with the Hornets. Like, bro, this is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. So, those are my two teams, I'm going to be honest.
Hey, I'm going to do the same thing you doing, bro. I'm going to do one from the East or one from the West. I already planned on doing that anyway. But I'm going to start with the West just like you did. I talked about this team before on this platform multiple times, and I'm going to say it again. The Golden State Warriors. They need to figure it out. This team is not doing too good right now at all. They're 10th in the West still, but they're 11 games behind in the Western Conference, with the number 1 seed being the Minnesota Timberwolves. 11 games is not a lot, especially in the Western Conference. Any team could turn up. The Western Conference is a very good conference. It is. It is very competitive. These first 10, 11 teams, they all could be potential or they are playoff teams. But the Warriors have been very, very disappointing this year. Their play has been bad. You know, Draymond was suspended for 25 games. Him coming back, I mean, he's made a better difference. I'm not going to lie. And y'all know I don't like Draymond. Clay is coming off the bench now. Kuminga's coming on. He's doing great. This team, bro, Steph Curry literally carrying this team. He's been carrying it.
On his back.
Exactly. And they're not doing too great.
They got Clay in the trade block right now.
And I said this in the previous episode, the Warriors should have made a move at Pascal Siakam or one of these other big men that were available for trade, but they did not. So, honestly, the Warriors need a strong second half of the year. I'm pretty sure they get turned up because they have veteran experience and they have just that championship will or that dynasty, quote-unquote, will. They can do it. If it's one team, it could probably be the Golden State Warriors, but right now they're a play-in team, and who knows if they even make it past the play-in at the rate that they're playing in. And for the Eastern Conference, right now this team is a 3rd seed. In the Eastern Conference, yes, right now this team is a 3rd seed, but they haven't played up to their full potential yet. And maybe they need the second half of the season to give them a boost. And that's the Milwaukee Bucks. You bring up Dame, you bring up Giannis, Bobby Portis, Malik Beasley, Brook Lopez, Chris Middleton, Jay Crowder. This campaign, this is a really, really good team. And they just added Pat Bev recently as well, a tenacious defender. This team should not be 3rd in the East, in my opinion. Honestly, this team should be 1st. Again, I'm a Celtics fan, but The Bucks, I'm not gonna say they have a better roster than the Celtics, but they should be competing with Boston in first place. The Bucks right now they're in third. They're behind the Cleveland Cavaliers, but the Bucks aren't too far from first place. They're 8.5 games behind. Yes, they can easily catch up with the second half of the season. They fired their head coach a couple weeks ago, but new head coach Doc Rivers has not been good at all since starting to run the ship when he was hired to become the new head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. Y'all know how we feel about Doc Rivers. I don't think he's I don't think he's a great coach at all whatsoever. But he's in coach yet again. Doc Rivers is in charge of coaching another talented team, and he just continuously chokes, just like what Dino is doing on the screen right now. But
that looks mad crazy though.
It do look crazy. I was about to say you need to fix that, by the way, as well. That's type sus looking. But the Milwaukee Bucks, yes, they're third in the East, but they should be better than what they are. Maybe they need a second half of the season to make a run to give them that spark. I feel like if there's one team in the East that can do it, it's probably the Milwaukee Bucks. Again, Giannis and Dame are leading from the front, but don't forget about Chris Middleton. Don't forget about Bobby Portis. Don't forget about Brook Lopez. Don't forget about Pat Bev on defense. Don't forget about Malik Beasley, like Pat Connaughton, campaign. Like this team, if it's one team in the East that can do it, in my opinion, that can make a run, it's the Milwaukee Bucks. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, give us y'all thoughts and opinions on that topic below. Give us one team from the East and one team from the West who you guys think need to make a strong second half run after All-Star break to make it to the playoffs and make a run in the playoffs. We want to hear y'all thoughts and opinions and comment below. Like Dino said, he picked the Los Angeles Lakers representing the West and the Philadelphia 76ers representing the East. And for me, I picked the Golden State Warriors representing the West and the Milwaukee Bucks representing the Eastern Conference. Again, thoughts and opinions, listen down in the comments below. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for episode 47. Pretty short episode, only 3 topics for tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in for whatever platform you guys are watching or listening to us on. We appreciate the continuous support and constant feedback and the content involvement, helping us grow and be better as a platform. We couldn't thank you guys more enough. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. We're going to keep bringing this content out to you guys.
Yeah, facts. And big shout out my boy Kai for joining up, man. It's my boy Day One's boy, but real cool dude. Came in, gave a lot of insight. Great dude to have on here. He'd definitely be back. But on top of that, if you guys want to do your part in supporting us, please come join our Patreon. That's the best way to support us. You know, we some regular guys still work regular 9 to 5s. We just take out of our free time to bring this content to y'all and talk about things that we love. On top of that, as y'all know, Patreon comes with some perks. Comes with the perks as of talking to us personally, arguing with us personally, talking shit, whatever you want to call it, personal to us. On top of that, we're going to be having shirts, hats, drip getting made. If you want some free drip, some discounted drip, Patreon is the best way to go. It's the best way to help us, guys. We really appreciate it, but we also appreciate any type of support that we be getting.
For sure. Again, also follow us on our Instagram at Before the Horn Podcast. Follow us on X and TikTok at Before the Horn Podcast. Like I said earlier, thank you guys for your continuous support. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. We're happy to bring episode 47 to you. We can't wait to bring you guys episode 48. Thank you guys again for whatever platform you guys are watching or listening to us on. That is it for tonight for Before the Horn Podcast. We shall see you guys on the next episode. Peace.